Hey everyone, welcome to
Bussin! Period!
with
Jessica and
Rachel.
And we're from Narada School. Okay, so Rachel, before I start, are we Gen Z still? We're still Gen Z, right?
Yeah, of course we are.
Okay then, let's see. So like 1997 to 2010. I'm 2007 girly. What about you?
I'm 2009 girly.
Period, girl. So slay.
Slay.
Period.
Period.
Goat.
Goat.
Definitely low key.
High key.
Right? Oh my god. Slang. Anyways, speaking of school in general, right? I'm sorry to get out of topic, but my hair has been really dry because of the school air.
You know, I came here with the fluffiest hair, but then school air hits me and I'm like,
Damn, you know?
I mean, like downgrade.
Yeah, like downgrade, school air. Speaking of which, those are actually slangs, girl. School air, referencing to the school atmosphere and how school kind of like alters our physical looks, you know what I'm saying? Making it most of the time worse. Alright, so Rachel, now what are some slangs that you know of? Like, you know, we have slay.
Bussin.
Bussin! Yeah, bussin. And we have period.
We have wild.
Wild! Yeah, I love that word. It used to mean like wild animal, but now it's like wild as in like, oh, it's crazy, you know?
Oh yeah, and also there is glow up.
Glow up! Glow down, glow up. Yeah.
Yeah.
School air makes me glow down.
Yeah.
No good. And GOAT, GOAT, greatest of all time. I like that. LeBron the GOAT. UBM the GOAT. Alright, so Rachel, you use social media. Don't tell me you don't, right?
Of course I do.
Yeah, you're not gonna miss out, are you? Say TikTok, Instagram, what else?
Maybe
Snapchat?
no, I don't really use Snapchat.
Ah, so you're like a TikTok or Insta girly.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, same. I don't use Snapchat, okay? But, yeah, so what are some slangs that you usually find from Gen Z? I know Gen Alpha's there, but we're just gonna keep them behind that door, okay?
Yeah.
What are some slangs that you see Gen Z mostly using most of the time?
Mostly using, probably it's like, bro, you downgrade.
Damn.
Like, bro,
For
it's
real.
glowing down.
Yeah, and like, I've noticed some like acronyms. You know acronyms like TBH, what does that stand for?
That stands for, to be honest.
Yes, TTYL.
Talk to you later.
Period. And let's say this together, okay? What is NGL? Not gonna lie. Yeah, Gen Z uses that, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's because, you know, acronyms, we're taking the first letter of each word. And I feel like it's because social media, it's a very fast place, right? I mean, like, we get the news at like a very fast motion, and social media itself revolves rapidly. Therefore, I feel like social media, when it comes to like communicating in social media, you know, when we're face to face like this, I could just go really slow with you, but in social media we type really fast, and the reason why is because I feel like we tend to prioritize efficiency over formality. It might also explain the use of slang. You know, why do people use slang in your opinion, Rachel?
Well, as you said, it's for efficiency and perhaps also to make it even more fun.
Like more creative. We're getting some of like the creative juices of this world, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Rachel, what are some slangs that you use in personal, like, or like what are that's like daily life, personal conversations, or even social media?
Perhaps I use like not gonna lie, to be honest. Yeah.
You're definitely being honest on that one. Yeah, also same. Like I feel like we've incorporated slang to our daily speech, you know, like orally spoken speech, and that's really interesting because slang itself, you know, slang is a term for something colloquial meaning something that isn't formally English, you know. But I feel like, for me at least, the English language has changed a lot. You know, it is also a fun fact, the most diverse language in this world. It also has a lot of words from other cultures and languages. Like, for example, the slang slay, right? You mentioned slay. It's from AAVE, or African American Vernacular English. And by that, we kind of took the root word of it and transformed it to something we use on an everyday basis. Now, Rachel, I want to ask you, do you think that is kind of like a bad impact or a good impact to the English language? Because some people say it's improper, but some people are like, no, it is not. They argue that that's just how languages work. It continues to evolve.
I think I agree with that English continues to evolve. It's like no matter how you want to stop it, it just keeps on evolving. It never stops.
Yeah, and it's like every language, you know, it keeps on adding new features, new words, and like I'm pretty sure one day, like Gen Alpha, we're gonna see skibbity as a real word in the dictionary. Can you believe that? Nah, like ain't no way, right?
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. Ain't is actually also colloquial for no way, right? Or yeah. Anyways, moving forward, Rachel, I know this is very controversial, but a personal story here, my elders absolutely dislike it when I use slang because like they don't understand. They're like, wait, what are you saying? What do you mean the food's bussin'? Like I'm like, no, I'm saying the food is good. Do you think it causes like some kind of like a generational gap? Because like I realized that millennials they say like different things. Gen Z says different things. Even we don't use skibby riz alpha. So there's like different, terms for something by different generations. Do you think that causes misunderstandings between generations or even our elders?
Actually, yes.
So slang also has like its downside.
Of course. Just like we see millennial slangs as really old,
cringe,
and really like cliche. Yeah, it has its own perks, but it also has its own negative things. Why? Because we can't understand each other. But it's also like a fun way of evolving English.
Yeah, communicating, we're incorporating our own, our own flamboyance to a language. Flamboyance, I like that. All right, so speaking of social media, do you follow any like influencers or do you like listen to songs? Because I know I feel like you're someone who listens to a lot of songs, okay? I don't know why.
Perhaps Ice Spice.
Oh my god, yes, Ice Spice. Okay, Ice Spice is a very popular figure, especially in like TikTok these days. What are some words that she uses? Because I know a lot of kids follow her, okay, and like they speak really different these days.
Yeah, it's actually a Gen Alpha slang.
Gen Alpha, right? Yeah. Like, she uses that in her song, right? Yeah. And I feel like that's also one of the influences of like social media figures, pop culture figures, to their audience and demographic, is that the words that they use are being reflected and also adapted by their loyal following or audience, and they incorporate it in day-to-day conversations. Like for example, level 1000 Gyat Skibidi Riz. I don't know what that means, but that's like so brain rot, isn't that?
Yeah,
brain rot, even birthing new terms, right? We're using Gen Alpha, but let's focus on Gen Z for now, right? All right, so Rachel, let me ask this. So what do you think of like slang and how does it affect you personally, like more to a personal effect? Has it kind of glowed down to your English, or has it in fact welcomed like new things, welcomed new slay every day kind of things? What do you say about that?
It definitely like glows me up.
Yes!
In my English.
Period.
Why? Because it introduces new words that you've never even learned before. Such as like, you rarely see someone use like glow.
Glow, yeah.
Or like, you rarely see someone use
slobber. Like, the word for slay came from slobber, right? I would say like, hey, you killed this podcast, Rachel, but I wouldn't say you slobbered it. That's like so violent. But like, with, like I said, the cultural transmission from AAVE to modern English that we're using now, it becomes something normalized. Like, you slayed it, Rachel. That's like, it flows, And culture. I feel like culture, because English is also very diverse as a language, it introduces us to how its words are shaped from different cultures and origins, because culture also impacts a language and contributes and also plays a part into it. Now, Rachel, let me ask a question. I know this is like something really, I don't know, weird to certain people who are not very used to hearing it. What do you think of like people mixing words with English? Like, for example, if I were to say, hey, jujurlinia, like that's not like a real word. It's like
it's not.
A clipping between the Indonesian word for honest and li, as in the suffix. What do you think of that? Do you think like it's like, is it colloquial, or does that kind of mess up your sense of linguistics?
Honestly, when you hear it for the first time, it really messes up your brain.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, what's this? What's jujurli?
Jujurli.
Like, it's like jujur, but also like li.
Li.
But as time goes on, like you just get used to it, and the more you see new words, you also can easily adapt to those new words.
Yeah, I like that. I like your, mindset and the way you think, Rachel. I feel like linguistics has been a huge part of your life, like it is to everyone else. Obviously, linguistics play a huge part in shaping our speech and also communication. Now, Rachel, any last words on, slang in general, or like any last words, any last messages you want to say to our viewers?
Keep slaying.
Slaying, period.
Yeah.
Because we bussin'.
We bussin'.
Alright. Is that all, Rachel?
I think that's all, yeah.
Alright, so that marks the end of today's podcast. Thank you, Rachel, for being here.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, the GOAT, greatest of all time. Alright, so bye guys, until later. Hasta luego, baby.
Bye-bye.